Once you have completed setting up your property or properties and paddocks, you can begin to populate each paddock with existing stock and information about each animal. This can be done either by inputting your animal data into CSV files using Microsoft Excel and then uploading to StockMate using the import session functionality, or through using the tablet via in-field scanning. We shall firstly look at the process using the computer, then using the tablet. StockMate has template files ready for you to download from the web and populate with your current animal information. To access these, select Import Session from the left menu, then Arrival. Select the option to download template. This will save a CSV to your Downloads folder. Save and open the spreadsheet. It would be helpful at this point to set up a folder for StockMate animal data and reports on your computer, so files don't get lost. You may find it useful to label your files with the date and brief description of the session. For example, you may choose to label this initial document 2017-12-12, December stock on hand. Populate the spreadsheet with current animal information. It's critical to make sure that the lot or mob, gender, cattle class or type, breed, owner, property, paddock and buyer details match the parameters you've already set up in StockMate. If you find, for instance, that you haven't set up a particular mob on StockMate, take the time now to go back into StockMate and set up the mob following the protocol set out in the Property Setup video tutorial. Remember that the use of the term mob is quite subjective. A mob can be categorised any way you wish, for example 2017 Hereford heifers or 2016 Angus steers. Similarly, the cattle type is a category which will be useful to you in drafting cattle or creating reports down the track, for example domestic or export, pregnant, cull cows or perhaps replacement heifers. When you're done, save this file. On the website, enter the arrival fields, including session name, type and date. Under Import CSV, you can select the Browse button, find where you have saved your spreadsheet and open it. Select Import Valid Records. The number in here will reference the number of animal records you have input into the spreadsheet. A large file may take a minute or more to import, so please don't leave or refresh the page while you're waiting. If the spreadsheet had no errors in data, you will see a notification that the import has been completed. If there was an error, you'll see a notification detailing the number of errors which occurred during import. Select the Download Errors button. This will download a second CSV file with detail of the errors which occurred. In this case, the issue was with the animal mob names. To look at the mob names I've set up in StockMate, I'll navigate to Settings, Livestock Lists and Mobs. Here I can see that the mob name has been typed incorrectly, so I can edit the mob name to match what is in the spreadsheet. To update this data, I can go to View Edit Sessions and open the session I just created. Here we can re-upload the spreadsheet into the session. We'll look at the View Edit Sessions function in more detail later in the tutorial. The StockMate web interface provides two separate facilities for processing animal handling sessions, exits and deads. This would typically be done using the bulk session function. However, if you need to import animal details using a CSV file, you can approach this process through Import Sessions. To run an animal handling session through Import Sessions, navigate to Import Session and Handling. Name your session and select the appropriate session subtype. If you want to move animals between paddocks or properties, you would check Move and select the property and paddock to which the animals are being relocated. If you have a CSV file ready to go, you can select Browse. If you haven't, select Download Template and follow the steps previously detailed. It's helpful to note that if you have populated the 2 property and 2 paddock columns on the CSV file, then the animals will be moved to those nominated in the file, regardless of what you specify in the web form. Import sessions for exits or deads are carried out following the same process as for handling or arrivals. To process exits, ensure you have set up the necessary destinations under Settings, Property Lists, and Origins and Destinations. Then select Import Session, Exits, and input the relevant detail. Select Import Valid Record, then you can go to Review Session. You can follow the same process to input details of animal deaths. A bulk handling session is used either to move cattle between properties, paddocks and mobs, to split mobs, or to apply treatments without importing a CSV file. Go to Bulk Session and Handling. Create a session name and select your session subtype. It's important to work through the fields in order, as each field will affect the options presented to you in the following fields. The From Property and Paddock fields refer to where the animals are coming from. Once you have selected the mob, StockMate will default to selecting all the head in that mob. Depending on your requirements, you may choose to deselect all and nominate specific animals based on their visual tag. If the animals are being relocated, check Move, and this will enable you to fill in the animals' destinations. To apply a treatment, select Add and fill in the required fields. When all fields are complete, you can save changes. Depending on the number of animals processed, this may take up to a minute or two. Stay on this page until it's finished saving. Bulk sessions for exits or deads are entered using the same process as bulk handling sessions. The View Edit Sessions tab in the navigation allows you to view and edit imported, scanned or bulk sessions, entered either via the website or on the tablet. You can search for a session by entering in the session name, session type, date range and source, or type of session. Note that you don't have to fill in all of these fields to run a search, just those that will most effectively narrow your search results. Otherwise, you might choose to filter sessions using relevant keywords. Click on a session record to view the animals in the session. The animal results view is based on the selected report configuration. To change the results view, select the desired report configuration from the drop-down. You can select Download CSV to download a spreadsheet of the results. You can view the session setup by selecting Session Detail or Session Defaults. To add records to the session, you can select Import CSV and follow the prompts. Edit your session as desired, then select Save Changes if required. If no edits are made, just select Close. That covers import and bulk sessions using the StockMate web interface. The next video will look at how to run scan and bulk sessions in the field using StockMate on your Android tablet.